Hi, my name is Patrick Kenny. I'm a structural engineering associate with Thornton Tomasetti and part of the team submitting a session proposal about setting an embodied carbon baseline. And I want to talk briefly about why I think that's important for attendees to hear. Most attendees are going to know about embodied carbon a little bit. Maybe they know that it's a quarter of global emissions is the carbon embodied in our construction projects. Concrete production alone accounts for 11% of global emissions. So it's a big problem to tackle, and the most knowledgeable people to tackle it are engineers, architects, and designers. They're the people who can give the clients the information that's going to enable them to reduce the carbon in their buildings. So what we want to talk about is what we think is most important is that the information you give to your clients about this be, one, understandable, and two, actionable. Setting the baseline is about making that information understandable. If you tell a client that you want the new building you're designing for them to have 80 tons of carbon per 1,000 square feet, it feels pretty meaningless. But if you tell them that you've done a study of their buildings or a comparable client's buildings, and on average those existing buildings are 100 tons of carbon per square feet, it's a lot more meaningful to tell them to try to hit that 80%. They know they're doing something and that it seems achievable versus what's already out there. And that may help you get buy-in from clients who might not otherwise be amenable to tackling this challenge. The other side of it is having that information be actionable, which again means that it's not arbitrary. You're not pulling a number like the carbon you're using needs to be 80 tons of CO2 per cubic yard of concrete. That's not going to be meaningful to someone who doesn't know anything about concrete production. But if you tell them with data that's being compiled now that 80 tons is the top 10% of mixed designs in New England that are already being produced, that tells them, okay, I know it's possible and that it's a reach. So again, it helps buy-in, it helps clients know that it helps clients know what they're doing, that it's achievable, and what it's about is showing the client the levers that they can pull to reduce the embodied carbon in their buildings. So I think this information gives attendees really actionable steps to take home and really start to make an impact, which is why I think this topic is so important.